like I had previously said, the Cassiopeia is the go-to.
That's going to be locked in for KEANE. So Cass versus Taliyah in the mid lane. DIGNITAS will have to beat them this second time if they want to lock this one down. BIOFROST trying to jump in there on Shrimp as he counter jungles. He lands from the rappel.
Now he
has CC onto BIOFROST, who has to pop the flash. Good job sidestepping the winner's bite. It's still not going to do a ton. Call of the Meek.
How long has he been
job
there?
just yet. Doublelift now. He's the one forced to flash away. Soon find his way onto BIOFROST. They've got split focus. It's Doublelift who's ultimately the call. Big trying to get away, but TSM will make the outplay. Now they're on the assault. Seeing if they can chase this down any further, they'll back away, but they find exactly what they needed to find.
We're still kind of hesitant of, hey, Shrimp wants to hang around here. Look at this, though. Catches him out.
Shrimp's like, hey, you took my chickens.
Yeah,
Come here. Oh, nice flash away from the rappel range to make sure that Shrimp can't find the follow.
Shrimp, Moby Boots, walking in. Towards it before he even
gets the cocoon. Damage comes down, but you got to remember, SVENSKEREN has an ulti. Rappel up into the air, Shrimp comes down. Got to be careful, though. The rest of the team is here. Sonic Wave not connecting. Sven a little bit too far forward. KEANE takes a bite out of him, and now a stun onto BIOFROST. They're trying to get away if they can. BJERGSEN's there, but he's got no mana. The piercing arrow not finding the mark. Big's not taking that blast. Yeah, you do 41 damage a second currently with that Renekton ultimate for SSUMDAY. TSM, seeing if they can find something here.
Watch out, BIOFROST ulti!
KEANE making his way into the fight, trying to turn this one around. BJERGSEN going to be forced to flash. TSM in retreat. Neither side walking away with anything from that one. And you're going to be stuck in a really hard spot.
Yeah, hold on though, look at that.
All right, BIOFROST going in. Both junglers going to be showing up to this fight as well. Big going to be kicked back with the stun, and the damage comes down onto Sven, who's now going to be taken down as Shrimp flashes himself away. TP's showing up, HAUNTZER comes in, and snipes Big out with the winds of war. The flash from LOD will not be enough today. He's going to be brought down by Doublelift, and TSM. We got 2 for 1 so far, but it's not going to be over just yet. 2 for 2. DIGNITAS clean up the top lane. Play that kind of a game. Look at that damage. I'm always surprised to see just how much a full HP Rift Herald hurts those darn things.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to get this, though. The TP from HAUNTZER's coming through.
They'll stop it in time.
Not a huge wall, but
BJERGSEN has to pop the cleanse, but now the quickness comes in, and DIGNITAS is annihilated. 2 down instantly, and HAUNTZER will grab the kill credit onto Big. 2-1 and 2 on this Galio. TSM strike back. We mentioned Shrimp building the magic penetration against squishies. As Chains of Corruption find their way onto Bio, but it's now Sven who's going to be cocooned. Damage coming out. Bio trying to turn things around. The grand entrance looking for a knockup. Quickness used, but not finding a lot of success. HAUNTZER now behind DIGNITAS. Big and SSUMDAY having to back away from this one. Maybe trying to find an opportunity to go back in here. KEANE wants to slither around and get some damage, but he's not healthy enough. He's not safe enough. One of the big loss conditions for this team is Double would get caught out. He would get bursted down before he could use that ult or get himself back to the safety of his team. If you remove that loss condition, all of a sudden DIGNITAS' fights go from hard to very, very difficult. But meanwhile, they grab the kill onto Bjerg. BIOFROST barely getting himself away. From behind, it's SSUMDAY wanting to cut these guys off. A slice, a dice, and he's looking real nice, but he won't get the kill. BIOFROST dashing away with the quickness, barely living.
Oh, that was single-digit HP there. And he gets the shield from SVENSKEREN.
Meanwhile, though, DIGNITAS is saying, hey,
Baron?
BJERGSEN's dead. BIOFROST can't really participate. Go Baron. You've got Cassiopeia again. You've got a Blade of the Ruined King 80 carry.
You can't be engaged on by something like the Rakan right now. This is super risky, but they're going to go for it. Got to watch out for Doublelift damage.
Doublelift putting down a lot of damage. There comes your Featherstorm. More going to be bursting down. HAUNTZER's out of there. SSUMDAY continuing to zone. More damage coming out from Doublelift. Baron still below 2K. Can they secure this? Yes, they can. BIOFROST having to dash out, and DIGNITAS will grab not only that big objective, but also HAUNTZER's life. Irene saying how she's so good in the early game, but as the game goes on, she turns into more of a cocoon bot.
Speaking of cocoon bot,
yeah, sometimes a cocoon bot is what you need because you can make so many big plays and catches if you can land those.
HAUNTZER went in.
TSM in enemy territory. HAUNTZER going to be tanking. That's the guy you want on the front line, though. You got to be careful going up against DIGNITAS with a fresh Baron buff. Chains of Corruption over the wall. Going to be locking down the back line. But the damage comes through, and KEANE goes down. It's 1 for 1 so far. HAUNTZER still just tanking. As the wall cuts him off. TSM will rout DIGNITAS and find 2 more.
Beautiful Weaver's Wall from BJERGSEN there to finish off the fight in their favor, and they'll push bottom lane.
See if they can pick themselves up their first Elemental Drake of the game. TSM wanting to stop that as rapidly as they can. Grounding SVENSKEREN as he walks through Miasma. That was not the right decision.
That was what I was going with. Come on.
No.
He walks through the miasma and just smites it. He doesn't have to Q. He doesn't have to W. That was like SVENSKEREN's. It was a great day for him, just strolling up, having to stroll through the river.
Not the right way to go about doing that for Dignitas. This is the second time in a row these teams have shown that they are very evenly matched. A Weaver's Wall blocking off Dignitas from getting in there. Chains of Corruption finding their way into the rest of TSM's lines. SOMDAY wants to go if he can. Redemption will be called down to make sure TSM stays healthy. Dignitas now not having to worry about that wall, can move forward and try to continue to hold this. Shrimp getting the stun into the damage. BIOFROST going in. This is going to be your fight, ladies and gentlemen. Big in or out, but BIOFROST falls now too. SOMDAY barely getting himself back as KEANE tries to chase, but will be rooted up and can't go any further. Repel from Shrimp, he'll land back down, might just get squashed, instead gets away thanks to the flash. Dignitas continuing to defend. TSM has all the tools they may need to take a fight, but Dignitas very scary too. BIOFROST. The Cocoon doesn't find the mark though. Galio ulti comes out. SOMDAY getting away. He's injured, but he's still all right. TP is available.
Like you said, the Cocoon actually didn't make contact with BIOFROST when he was stunned from the Renekton. BJERGSEN's going to try to
no, for Shrimp, this is trouble.
Is he
He's going to be caught on the wrong side of the wall. Big tries to save him, instead gives his own life. A killing spree, though, as again, it's support for support. LOD picking up BIOFROST there as TSM stays on Baron. Dignitas wanting to try to interrupt this. LOD's way far up, and he is almost going to be taken down instead. It's now time for Dignitas to open up the firing line. HAUNTZER's in some trouble. DOUBLELIFT going to be taken real low. SOMDAY right back into the fight. HAUNTZER dropping low. He is down as KEANE moves forward. Has to pop the shield. Not going to be getting anything with the ultimate. TSM still in retreat. And Dignitas will barely take that fight. Couldn't ask for a much closer series between these two side range.
Dig do have the Scuttle Crab, so they see the attacks going in. This is super fast. They have that Mountain Drake. Shrimp trying to go in.
Already there. SVENSKEREN's going to kick him away to make sure that that goes to TSM. Now, can Dig do anything? Do they want to do anything right here?
They have that top lane wave. Do you back in this bush? No, they don't back in the bush. Some of them are
They're
trying.
Just going to keep on going.
They have inside track.
They'll cut TSM off from their own tier 2 turret, beat that turret down. TSM is behind them. What a wacky situation it is as Dig continues to march forwards. This is one of the weirdest things I have ever seen, but now it's going to be starting off. The stuns, the grounds, the taunts, the damage all into Dignitas lines as TSM will take control of the fight. HAUNTZER chasing after. SVENSKEREN going to be jumping in now too. Another turret waiting. Dignitas drops 2. They get BIOFROST yet again, but now the TP potentially coming in here from HAUNTZER to cut these guys off. Shrimp with Dead Man's Plate should be able to scritter himself away from this. Cocoon comes out, stuns up Sven, and Dignitas' remaining members will live to see another day, but a Baron up TSM is marching down mid lane.
Exactly, they're gonna get this turret. KEANE has to clear that bottom wave because it's huge. If that gets Baroned up, you're done for. This middle wave, they're gonna be able to push in this turret and possibly get this inhibitor as well because these death timers, 10 seconds on LOD.
LOD not gonna be up for a little while, means inhibitor number 1 goes the way of TSM. And here we go, TSM. Taunt comes out, they're pushing up, the turret's gonna fall, SOMDAY forced to retreat. Braum ulti used, but what does it even accomplish? TSM continuing to walk forward, pressuring onto this second inhibitor. They'll find it no problem. They've got themselves a very attractive situation now with 2 enemy inhibitors down.
Big went into the pit. They all are going into the pit.
Deja vu. This is what TSM tried last game, and they were punished. Dignitas now the ones who are going to be trying. Galio coming in, the stun onto Sven, but here comes the cavalry. It's BIOFROST all over the place. SVENSKEREN drops first, but Dignitas seems to not be able to find any further options. There's no one to deal with Doublelift. KEANE still pretty healthy. SOMDAY forced to flash back.
Yeah, that happened there. SOMDAY dove onto Doublelift to apply pressure. Doublelift hasn't had the flash pretty much all game.
And now it's TSM back on Elder, and Doublelift is just shredding this thing.
And BJERGSEN went for the cutoff there with the Weaver's Wall. Oh, Shrimp
tries to do it instead. Repel is now popped, and the Spider is going to be squashed. TSM now with a 5 versus 4 for 55 seconds.
Because they could reset and go for the Baron. They have options because of the state of the map. Right now with Shrimp off of it, TSM just want to take these inhibs.
We'll take the one in the bottom lane, no contest. Trying to force the fight now. HAUNTZER going to be made to back up. SVENSKEREN is too far forward. He's bursted down before anything else can happen, and all of a sudden the TSM push machine slams the brakes.
And this Elder Dragon is really just keeping TSM in now. They're going to try to push, flex their muscles here, but the inhibs will continually push. SVENSKEREN is down for 40 seconds, and Baron just spawned. They won't have a smite for this. If DIGNITAS have a way to shove their waves, and they can use their teleport or chase down, they may be able to get themselves a Baron and stay in this game longer. But look at that, BJERGSEN just trying to stop them, to buy time.
Remember how fast Doublelift is going to do this.
Oh, there was one real...
actually insane how quickly he can burn this down. Shrimp does not want to let it go. We said that he had to go for the Elder Drake. He's pretty much got to go for this one too.
Is he going to go in?
Baron
going in. They're going to do it now.
Goes in. Looks like they're trying to start this up. A last chance. Desperation play.
BIOFROST in.
BIOFROST going to be jumping in. KEANE popping the shield. Trying to stay alive. Big, nearly dead. Walking away. The burn takes him out. They get the kill on the support. They're going to find the kill onto the jungler. And TSM will 2-for-0 that fight.
So far ahead, they take the 4v5 and TSM come out on top.
TSM just slowly winning enough fights to win this game. SVENSKEREN's mistake in the enemy base will not be enough. LOD's out of position. SOMDAY's out of position. BJERGSEN taken down by LOD, but who cares? A double kill for Doublelift, and we're going to game 3.
The ace to end it there in TSM. The crowd's going to do the talking for me.
Just bask in the crowd doing what they came here to do. We talked about the TSM fan base, how passionate they are for this team. They're happy to see this one go into game number 3, and it is going to be one hell of a show if we can learn anything from games number 1 and 2.